Pisces, let's clear some smoke. Take a look and do your almost personal reading for this month. See what the divine wants and needs you to know. See what the main energy is. At this time, divine may have 3 best cards for the main energy for our Pisces for this month, please. 3 best cards. Okay. All right, I do hope that all is well with your overall and that you're doing well, my lovely Pisces. So let's see. Starting out is achievement. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory there, but it's 2 ways of which it's coming in. One is that there are achievements that need to be recognized at present, things that you have achieved and that you may not be looking at. And then there's also something that you're looking to do in the future. And so the achievements that have occurred now that are at present are the things that are going to fuel you and let you know that you can successfully complete what needs to be done to create another achievement in the future. So I feel like the divine is asking for you to gain the wisdom from your previous wins, so that you can be steady and calm towards the next goal in the race. Now, readiness is at the center of things for this month, and there is a need to constantly be ready day or night, and making sure that you're properly prepared. And that is in all aspects. If there are things, anything that would provide any type of distraction, anything that would occur that you would be that would drain your focus on what you are looking to achieve here this month or this coming month. It's something that is, if it is within your grasp to take care of, do it. Take care of it. Okay. Stay in the flow. All right. And the flow is where everything is moving properly. When you get those little directions of which, hey, you should restock this. Hey, you need to make that call. Hey, you need to do that. That is your future self, or the future energy, the energy of which you're on to achieve that goal. That's that energetic string that's letting you know, take care of XYZ now. You have the bandwidth to do it now. You have the finances to do it now. And you have the time to do it now. If you don't, it's going to catch up later. It's going to snowball, and you're going to have to pull away from the main thing in order to do this side thing. So take care of it now. Now, it should be clear that it shouldn't be any doomsday energy of where you feel like, oh my God, it's like this hyper stressful thing. No, that's a fear-based action. That's a fear-based action. But when it actually is going to keep you, prepare your foundation, keep you solid, and keep you focused, it's something that is going to be on the route. You'll be prepared. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That type of energy. Awareness ties into all of the first 2, is to be aware of that. Again, that doomsday energy. Don't make the choices that are the things that are being asked of you to complete. It'll be a small, still, calm voice, and it'll give a calming energy of where you'll feel relief. Okay, there's other things that you do that's out of fear. You'll be, scared if I do this or do this, and it'll create another set of events or a series of events, because once you act upon fear, fear begets fear. It gets very hungry, very ravenous, very thirsty for you to keep moving and feeding it. Smooth, God-fearing, divine energy is just going to be that. Once you do it, it's quiet. That's it. You're not going to hear about it again, because whatever you needed to be prepared for, you've done it, you've listened, you've prepared, you're good. Okay? That's how you'll know the difference from which is which. So let's get into the details here. Deep breath, my dear Pisces. Center in, open heart, open mind, and let's see what the divine needs and wants you to know for this month. Divine, may I have 10 best cards for our Pisces, please, for the details? 10 best cards, please. see, my dear Pisces. Chariot starting out. And feeling is strong. You're on your path. You're taking care of business. You're in collaboration with the divine. The energy is nice. It's careful. It's measured. It's in your pace. You're spinning at this point, but you're spinning forward. The momentum is forward, okay? Because as we know, Pisces is swimming up and downstream, but it can create the circle. You're not doing a whirlpool. You are propelling yourself forward. I mean, propellers do work in a circle, do they not? So you're being propelled forward on your path. The divine has the wheel right now. The divine energy within you has the wheel right now. You are moving accordingly on your path due to feel, not necessarily sight. So you are moving with strong faith here. Two of Spears, and then the Four of Flowers here. Now the Spears represent swords in this deck. Flowers represent wands. So with the Spears here, it feels like not necessarily this Two of Swords energy is about you embattled or in conflict. It's about someone is trying to dampen your intuitive guidance here with the ugly, cold, hard facts of the material world. And what you're moving in is about a creative outcome. It's not necessarily, it's going to have an effect in the material world, but it's not born of the material world. That makes sense, Pisces? Of course it does. It's Pisces I'm talking to. Of course it does. There's an innate desire here to do a specific thing of a creative sort that is truly about expression of internal and inner energy, specifically possibly working with conflict or confliction, which is probably art imitating life at this point, because you are in conflict with another sword bearer who is all about, like Ace of Swords energy, revealing and exposing the truth, but not in a manner of which that brings light to the path, more so that overshadows the path with some type of darkness or gloomy kind of energy. Because this this Five of Flower, Five of Wands in reverse is a resistance to fight with this person. You're not existing in this conflict, and that's really because this person is coming with the material world or facts of that nature. You've already deduced and pretty much decided that they're not really seeing things the way that you are. They don't have the vision for you, and they don't understand the spiritual nature of which you're doing, the work that you're doing involves, and what it's really focused on. It requires a certain amount of release, and a release of control in the environment. And thereby releasing the control, you're actually gaining control. But this person is just not understanding that, because they're really working in terms of the concrete evidence, the tangible. And what you're talking about is different. You're talking about the hearts of men, not their minds, right? The soul energy. So then we have the Knight of Spears to the Suspension, which is Hangman energy here. Pisces energy. And see how she's upside down, but she's seeing everything right side up? That's it right there. This Knight of Spears is this person constantly battling you, but they don't want you to, quote unquote, make a fool of yourself here. There's some creative effort you're doing, and it's just like, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and they are not moving in the energetic vibrations that you are. They can't see it because they're not focused on that. Now, they are keeping you grounded. It's not that the person with this that you're clashing with is not giving you information that you are not processing properly. They know what they're talking about. Okay, you're not in conflict with them. They're in conflict with you. And you're listening to them but you're still moving down the path that makes them nervous, that gives them some type of fear, more so that they're going to have to step in and do something. It's not that they're afraid that you're going to get hurt or harmed. They already know that you know what you're doing, but they're afraid that they're going to have to step in and fix something or contribute something or do something that they already, they may feel like, I don't have time to step in and try to figure something out for you, or blah, blah, blah. When you go off on this harebrained idea, and it's like, I didn't ask you, right? You like this, you've not enlisted them. They're pretty much sticking their nose in things. And the smell that they're getting is like, of course it smells like that now. It's like kind of like how kimchi is. It doesn't necessarily smell the greatest when it's being prepared at all, but it is delicious. Okay? It is quite healthy. That fermentation. It's good for you, but it don't smell like that. Like how kombucha is. Like, it's not that tasty, but it does do a body and a mind really, really good. And so, hence them getting that early sniff, they're like, ugh, no, this is not what it is. It's like, calm down. Just quiet that noise. You gotta feel of this. You gotta quiet that noise. You gotta let me do my thing. You trust me? Okay, then that's enough. If I get in the weeds, if I get in trouble, I'm probably not gonna tell you. But either way, God got me. It's cool. Just chill out. Don't allow their fears or their apprehensions to impede your process, which is not happening. Because you and the divine are in agreement here. Death card in reverse, transformation, 9 of teacups in reverse, and then the 7 of teacups in reverse. All introspection. This is when the fish, our little fishy, is swimming downstream. Or upstream, downstream, Pisces. And this is about being like the pool of reflection. Whatever this change is, it is deep, it is sound, and it is profound. It is giving you a deep, deep sense of knowing. Cannot describe it, can't put your hands on it, but you know it's the right thing to do. Whatever this is, whether you're dealing with people, places, or things, this is the right thing to do. Could be a combination of all of that. It's like a master plan coming together, putting together a puzzle, right? Piece by piece, you've done it by feel and by touch, right? But with all of the intelligence that you've learned in the material world, now you're putting this piece of, it's like that, put a large and intricate puzzle together. And it's taking you a lot of time to get all the pieces, but you're down to that, you get to that puzzle and it's like the last, like 25 or 50 pieces. You're like, oh, almost done. You basically at this point can see the picture, but it's not complete yet until the last piece is put into place. So this transformation that's happening, and that's it. They can't see that, right? The person that is in conflict with you, they can't see that, but your transformation is still underground. It's like it hasn't broken through yet. Okay. Once the buds break through, it's like planting a harvest. For months, it's just you out watering dirt and pulling the weeds and making sure that the crop is healthy, right? Keeping it covered, and then eventually sprouts grow. You know it's going to happen. The seed is going to do what it needs to do. The soil is fertilized properly, nutrient dense. It's going to produce a great product, and that's what you know with this 9 of Cups in reverse and the 7 of Cups in reverse. The 9 of Cups in reverse is indicating personal achievement and accomplishment emotionally. Everything you're doing is personal at this point. So this person being in conflict with you has no bearing on what you're going to do because it doesn't affect them. Not in a way that is going to be tangible for them. And that's probably what they're worried about. Like, well, if you're off doing this, what is this going to mean for me? Nothing. I got it covered. And because you're not giving them all the details and everything else, wisely so, you're keeping certain aspects private because this is your miracle. And like Jesus told the blind man, don't go off telling everybody, because what they're going to do is try to impute a whole bunch of doubts and negativity on you, and then you're going to lose your blessing. You're going to lose your miracle because you're going to be like, well, maybe it was just that. Maybe it is just that. And once you begin to doubt is the first steps towards a person's chaos and demise. Those last 50 pieces. Okay? That's why you're not in conflict, because you're not emotionally uncertain at all. You're way further down. This person is at the beginning. Basically, the person in clash with you is where you were at the beginning of the journey. You're like, oh man, you don't even know all the things I've been through, or you know all the things I've been brought through. You or brought to. You have no clue. And I'm not gonna tell you because what difference is it gonna make? Not gonna affect you like that. You have a great attitude about it with this other little person because I think it's because again, the wisdom and all the puzzle pieces that you've put together, found all that. You know, some pieces have been lost. You found them. Other pieces have been in front of your face forever. You've been trying to dig through all. Because imagine it's like a 5,000 piece puzzle, right? So it's little bitty pieces. You've had to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and find that piece and put it there. It's like I've been looking for this puzzle piece for 12 days. I can't get to this other section of the puzzle till I find this one damn piece. And you've been looking for that piece for like 10 days. You got so frustrated at one point, you said, forget it, left the puzzle on the table for like 2 weeks, a month, because you was just that frustrated, but you came back. That kind of energy. The 9 of flowers in reverse, 9 of wands in reverse, no stress, no muss, no fuss, because you already know. You're not tired, you're not weary. You've determined now it's just patience and forward progress. And then the 10 of cups upright. Once the mission is completed, it'll all make sense. Okay? And they'll be like, why did you tell me all this? Because it was really my hero's journey. It was for me to do. And while I knew you would have done anything to help me, protect me, etc. along the path, it really wasn't meant for you. It was meant for me. For me to get closer to God. For me to get closer to the divine. For me to have a deeper understanding of our partnership and how we create and co-create together. For me to understand that no matter what comes against me in my environment, me and the divine are going to be just fine. All right. Divine strategy moving forward. We have 4 best cards. Look at that. 8 of Hedgehogs. Page of Spears. And the 4 of flowers in reverse. This expansion that you have in terms of this creative process is going to do just that. It's going to begin to expand, replicate, duplicate, and create more opportunities for you at present and in the future. It's going to be a powerhouse of giving to you and your overall well-being in the world, spiritually, professionally, and all of its derivatives. The Page of Spears and the Knight of Hedgehogs in reverse. So Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red. Keeping a watchful eye on this person who is in conflict with your process is very important. There's something going on with their conversation at this time, these sidebar conversations that they're having. They're going to try to get to you by any means necessary to throw you off path. Okay, has that achievement energy early on and awareness and readiness. Be prepared for the lefts, okay? And they're going to come from people that they're going to go around and spread their fear a little bit. Like, because they can't seem to reach you or touch you where you are. Like there's some like a force field around you in a way. They're going to go and do people that are within, that could get inside that bubble. That can get past that are closest to you. They're going to try to plant that seed, okay? In them, and how you're they're so concerned about you, and they're so nervous, and they're so scared, and all these different things. Could be true, could not be true, could be a bunch of BS. Only you will know that. But the main thing is to remember that without this person's input, the person that they're sending for you, so to speak, would have no knowledge of, any working knowledge of it. If you have not informed these people that you needed them, you do not need them. And it is going to be perfectly within your power to say to these folks, hey, so they've been talking to you? Well, they're just so really it's not that they're just concerned about you. Like, that's fine. And they've told me their concerns, and we've discussed this many times. And I get that. And I appreciate you stepping in and trying to, say what you feel needs to be said. And I hear everybody. But this isn't about everybody. This is about me. And while you may not understand what I'm doing, know that I'm not doing anything to cause me or anyone else any harm. Or something like that, okay? And then you have the Four of Swords in reverse. It's time to be alert, hence that awareness and that readiness energy. You've had, the period of really, like, maybe you haven't been paying attention to this person that's in conflict with you a lot lately. You've just been like kind of like a little gnat on your, like a little gnat or a little fly buzzing about, you know what I'm saying? You've just been like flicking it away with whatever. It's time to pay attention. Okay, because this person is going to try to hamstring it. Not you, but they're going to try to hamstring the process. There's something that is really is causing a great deal of conflict in them about this growth that you're experiencing and how you're doing it. You're doing it almost in like a monk type level focus and fashion, right? Nothing, you're not, you don't talk about it, but the person is feeling this shift and this change. Could be how you're dealing with your environment, things that used to bring about a certain type of reaction. Now just give a well-mannered and well thought out response to, you may have been a person who was very, highly emotional about everything. And now you reserve your emotions for proper things. You're having your anger is let's say your emotions are no longer weaponized by you. They're tools for you. You've neutralized the threat within yourself, certain things that used to trigger you, everything else, which means, guess what? The person that's in conflict is losing what? Their edge. They're losing a control over you. And so they're having to delete things in terms of how they could get you to move on their particular board. You're no longer playing checkers. You're playing chess. And that's strategy, and that's thoughtfulness, and that's foresight. And this person is probably reactionary based, and that scares them. Okay. So it's a fear-based attempt to regain a perceived control over you that they thought they had, but they realize now, and so do you. Now, this is not somebody, again, that you want to move out of your life. You don't even really care. Because, again, this isn't about them. This is your hero's journey. But you have no problem releasing and letting them go, which was energy spoken of earlier. Like, I'm not going to cut cord. I don't have to do all. It's not going to be dramatic. You've just been releasing certain ways that you deal with them because of how you're improving your internal dialogue. Okay, so when you talk to yourself better, when you love yourself more with your internal dialogue and thinking, of course people are going to feel that. But some people, it makes them scared because they're back in them old days. This ain't that and that ain't this. Right, Pisces? I got you. All right, so darling, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time and your most valuable attention. And remember that back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.